Hey, what's up, guys? These are some of the most toxic decks to ever topple towers in Clash Royale. These things should probably be banned, but hey, I'm not gonna lie, you might lose a ton of friends, or all of them if you continue to play these decks, but you'll be gaining a ton of medals and trophies as you win more matches. There's a crazy and chaotic Elixir Golem deck with Royal Recruits. There's a Graveyard Freeze deck. I mean, hey, no matter what you pick, these things are easy to play. Because the Graveyard Skeletons spawn directly on their tower, and when you freeze their counters, they instantly lose the game. And the defenses in the deck with Inferno Dragon, Freeze, Tornado, and Bowler feel like a cheat code because no one's breaking through that. So as long as you play patient and get to the later parts of the game, this deck wins. The Elixir Golem Royal Recruits deck is full offense and single and a totally different dynamic. When opponents make mistakes, they get snapped in two and there's nothing they can do, while Elixir Golem, Night Witch, and Skeleton King immediately punish them. Flying machines will snipe buildings as your recruits and Elixir Golems wreck your opponents. You'll clear pathways with Rage and Arrows so you can get locked onto the tower and lock up the win. Let's take our toxic decks to ladder and triumph over our opponents in the most toxic way imaginable. It's time to assert dominance. And lots of love to everyone that's using creative code SIRTAG, making this channel possible. Yo, we are matching into a top 100 player in the world already. Clash Royale is crazy with facing us into someone this good at the start of the day. Very first game, no rest for the wicked. This guy is spamming a battle ram right into barbarians. I guess the barbarians are the makers of the battle ram, so it's nice for you to meet your maker, my guy. You're gonna get squashed by our swords, and I think that if you're gonna have to spend that amount of elixir, you're already down a measurable amount. Like, this is very, very nice. I can go for a knight off to the side to keep our bowler a little bit healthier, and then I can possibly ponder about our position if it's good enough for us to go in for either a tornado on offense or go for a graveyard. I definitely want to go baby dragon and then see if we can test our luck with a tornado afterward. So if we can stop the bandit and then maybe kill it, that would be great. Like, I just want to lock onto the tower with the bowler shots. If that happens, that's fantastic. We're of course going to freeze just to traumatize this guy. Wait, that was filthy. That was actually filthy. We broke the battle ram apart on his side of the arena. Yo, let's go. Fate bonded. I guess your barbs are bonding together with mine. It's nice, bro. I'll take that all day long. Evo barbs, I choose you. They're truly one of my favorite Pokemon, especially with freeze, because the opponent will have to spend so much elixir, and he doesn't even hit everything he wants. The barbs are going to get enhanced attack speed with each attack, too. So with one cycle, I think they're extremely underrated. I might be wrong on that end, but I think I'm right. All right, so I would hope that the bandit goes on the right side and doesn't go left, because that would be terrible. Nice. So the bowler is going to be great. We're in a pretty practical position moving forward. I think the later the game gets, the more graveyards I can throw on the tower. Like, I'm not even trying to take the game at the start. To be honest, to be completely crystal clear with y'all, this deck is way better the later the game gets. At the start, even though we got a lot of damage early on, I think I played pretty well to earn that, and it is risky to do. You don't want to try to break through your opponent in single elixir, or you will often lose the game. I'm actually going to go in for a tornado here, and then I can go in for a knight. Instead of using freeze, I think this is definitely better, because we are going to be able to kill the musketeer, and then we could go in for a graveyard here, and then I think I might be able to get barbarians down on the right side just in the nick of time to shut this down without it hurting me too much. I'm going to get barbs down here, and with the Inferno Dragon too, there's a chance I just freeze, you know? I could go for the cheese freeze. I'm not going to, because, like, look how good this guy is at kiting. He is a top 100 player, so he's definitely better than me at the game. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm never going to lie to you guys about that. If we match into someone this good, I will say it. He has gotten very, very nice ranks over and over again consistently. So the wall breakers connecting will be a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Great arrows. He should be able to slap us down here, but you never know. I hope that I can get a good graveyard freeze. The thing about our deck is it doesn't require too much skill. A lot of times you can go graveyard and freeze independently, and you don't have to have a tank here. So if I freeze and I hit the Dark Prince and I hit a bandit like that, I can just bowler, and then I kill all the cards that he defended with. Meanwhile, I have barbarians for the other side. Because I know how to play graveyard freeze, I might do well into an opponent that's really, really talented. So it's not necessarily that I'm playing perfectly or anything. I'm just playing standard after I made an outplay at the start. So I think at this point, it's better for me to go in for the knight and then go in for a baby dragon and then not spend any extra elixir here. I could tornado. I think I need to tornado now. He's played this very, very well. And he's going to make me go for a bowler to stop the spam. But the thing is, as long as we can get those wall breakers to die, then we're chilling. If they don't, we're kind of finessed. Yeah, he went for phenomenal arrows. We do have Evolved Knight on deck, so I just need to go for one more good graveyard. I could be okay. I'm going to split my barbarian so I have both sides covered for a little bit. I'm not going to overcommit here. I'm going to use the Evolved Knight with the graveyard freeze. So I think this is fine since we have barbarians on the other side, so he can't apply pressure. He's making me go in for a freeze earlier than I would want typically. And then, yeah, I mean, he's played this so well. Electric Spirit as well on defense. Jeez, man. You're good at this game. You are really freaking good at this game. I'm going to bowler, and we can stop the barbarians on the other side, hopefully. Yeah, we're just going to go barbs. Try to get a knight down in tornado. We die to this, we're so screwed then. We can't let all that stuff die. We're going to have to go in for a freeze, and then we can maybe cheese him. I can get barbarians down, that would be awesome, but I think I'm going to go bowler because I think it's a little bit safer. And then I can get, like, barbs down afterward. I don't know if these wall breakers kill me, man. Oh, barely going to be an L. Yeah, this guy's just so good. Top 100 player, you can't win every game you play. Him perfectly spacing out his stuff so I couldn't freeze all of it at the end, and applying dual lane pressure to split up my elixir allowed him to get the victory. I think if I didn't overcommit with graveyards and played it even more patiently and fully focused on defending and then counter pressuring, that would have been better. Because when I did go for a graveyard, he was able to apply pressure and then beat me up. At the highest levels of play, if opponents sense any mistake, they're gonna punish you. If you focus on defense with this deck when you're ahead, you're probably not going to lose. All right, we got a game against Cha, and this dude is going to be running a miner in the banner. So let's see if we can run him out of this game real quick. Definitely don't want to be making the first play ever with this deck. Most of the time you're responding to your opponents. And it feels like a dead deck until double, and then it becomes deadly. So you guys might witness something here where we do not apply much pressure because we're scared of a Mega Knight. Man definitely has a Mega Knight. If we see Firecracker with a Skeleton Barrel, 1,000,000,000%. We're gonna Knight here to get to the evolution a little bit quicker, and we should be able to shut down those wall breakers with no damage taken. So I do think it's better for me to Inferno Dragon earlier, so we make him pop the ability faster, hopefully. Okay. Not necessarily what we wanted, but still fine. If I went for a graveyard in single elixir, like, I would have 0. I would just lose. Instantaneously would be a loss. We're going to get our barbs directly on top of the Spear Goblins, ideally. And the Mighty Miner is going to heat up on top of the Barbarians. But the thing is, bro, we got so many of them. We got a football squad. Okay, I think we want to go and hike and catch that Firecracker. We sacked the quarterback. Let's go. I hate Firecrackers. I feel like you guys are probably similar to me. No one enjoys playing against that card. So I'm going to let that happen. I think in single elixir, it's fine. It's generally, like, okay as long as they split them up. I'm going to go for a Skeleton Barrel counter with the Firecracker out of sight. I don't have to worry about predicting at the bridge. I can cycle the Knight here and ambitiously shut down the Spear Goblins. If we drop the Knight a little bit lower, sometimes the Spear Goblins will walk on your tower. It's just like a bad time. It's like not a fun interaction. This is in the middle. I can Inferno Dragon. It's not really going to get a good ability off on me. I'm going to go back to the middle, and the Inferno Dragon follows it. So I'm fine with that. I think that's fine. You might actually have Royal Recruits because we see Mighty Miner. A lot of Royal Recruits players run Firecracker as well, and he just hasn't went for the Recruits even once. I'm kind of confused. Oh no, this feels awful. Whenever your barbs die to evolved wall breakers, it just doesn't feel right sometimes, you know? Yeah, there's the Recruits as we anticipated. Totally fine for us as long as we kill the Recruits. Barbs do so well against them. Recruits are not great right now. We can activate King Tower, so I think it's going to be better for us to just focus on that, and then cycle our Knight afterward. So I'm going to cycle the Knight directly on the Firecracker. Having the Baby Dragon counter push in the lane that we want is nice. And we could possibly get a good freeze here depending on what he does. Love to cheese freeze. So I'm going to try to freeze on top of the Firecracker so we can kill that with the skeletons. Forcing arrows is nice, but also we're hoping for a little bit more damage, not going to lie. It's okay, but we're looking for more than that for sure. We're going to split up our barbs. I wonder if these are able to shoot and hit the wall breakers in time. We dropped it as quick as we could. Not quick enough, I guess. Alright, definitely want a Tornado. He's going to go Goblin Gang, I think. Maybe? If he just lets the Firecracker die, I'm okay with that. Alright, we can go Bowler and then Knight. Want to drop our Knights, then the Skeletons surround that instead of hitting our tower. And then we can go Barbs on the right side. So I think I have to go Barbs here. That's the only way that we're able to kill the wall breakers. Doesn't even kill all of them, dang it. That's crazy. I think that overall, not the worst place for us to be in, but we definitely need to kill this Mighty Miner. And we could Tornado on the Firecracker too, so I'm going to go and do that. If we can kill both of them, take 2 birds with 1 stone, that's definitely better for us. Then we can use our Knight, or we can use our Bowler on the right side to clean up the rest of the remaining Skeletons and the Mighty Miner. Meanwhile, the Baby Dragon's able to put in a lot of work. So just stacking up enough stuff is generally the way that you want to play with this deck. Otherwise, you're going to be losing against a lot of spammers. So, are we okay here to go in for a Graveyard with a Knight? I think so. I'm going to go Knight, I'm going to go in for the Graveyard soon, and we're going to try to win with this push. Because there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to take out my tower soon, so I have to do something about it. I'm going to go in for the King Tower activation. We will be able to... Okay, wait. I should just freeze and kill him with the Knight. The Knight's just going to win. What am I looking at? He already activated King Tower. I don't even know what I was saying, but we take the win. Sometimes Clash Royale just hits different when you're playing late in the night. Right now, it's about 12 p.m. here, so it'd be what it be. We did push up to 5,200 in the world. Clash Royale really be crazy, and I love this deck. I feel like whenever I play against Recruit Spam, I get dumber every defense. It takes so much mental focus to stop Recruits, Skeleton Barrel, Firecracker spammed at me every single second that I just feel stupid by the end of it. I lose 1 brain cell for each Recruit's poke. All right, bro's got the mini Pekka in the banner, and hopefully we can slip and slide right by being a syrupy sir. So this is one of those decks that, again, we can kill and conquer opponents pretty early on if they mess up. Usually, we would like to go in for Elixir Golems later, but in this specific instance, if we have a Skeleton King already on the map, and we are matching into someone with Royal Hogs, the later the game gets, it'll probably become more difficult for me to break through an Archer Queen and Royal Delivery, so I want to try to test our luck early and see what we can do. I'm going to pop ability now, and then I'm also going to go for a Fly Machine and see if we can hopefully get the bats on the tower when he doesn't have the delivery in cycle. Okay, that did not work, but it's still kind of working, right? You feel me, my guys? I don't know what that rage was. We don't talk about that rage. No one saw that rage. Okay, wait, guys. It was calculated because now we can kill the Archer Queen with arrows. It was calculated all along. My stupidity might have made him make a mistake. He didn't anticipate that level of calculation. Also, it wasn't even calculation. It was a happy accident. So we take those all day long. Sometimes your stupid aggressiveness will give you a bit of a benefit with this type of deck. But yeah, try not to do those things too obviously because it's not going to work out for you 9 times out of 10. But if you roll the dice, sometimes it will work out with this deck as well. So that's what happened there. We go for Night Witch, and we're definitely going to try to snipe the building with the Fly Machine. The thing that I'm thinking about is if we snipe the building, and then we go in for an Elixir Golem, and we get the Elixir Golem, tank for the Fly Machine, we might be able to kill the Queen. If we can pop the ability to tank for the Fly Machine, please don't let it die. Don't let it die. Kill the Queen instead. Watch it be dead, please. Yes! Wait. Second form, we rage it up. Watch how much damage these blobs do. It's going to take the tower. I'm telling you right now, the second form blobs cannot be slept on. These things take towers all by themselves. Wait, this guy just went in for a log, so he's gonna have to earthquake. He's gonna have to earthquake on the skeletons. He's gonna have to EQ on these skellies. It's not gonna work out well for him. That is a lot of elixir wasted if he earthquakes on that. If he doesn't, I think he still might be cooked because we can go for a Fly Machine and he has to stop the Fly Machine from tanking the cannon. I don't know. It just needs to take out the cannon. That's all we need. We don't care about anything else out here. In fact, if we get arrows and ice spears, that's even better, but it doesn't matter. How did you get back to another one? Oh my gosh, wait, am I cooked? I hope I'm not. I'm gonna predict that he's gonna go in for Royal Hogs to the left, so we're gonna go in for a Night Witch there. All right, do we just let everything else die and then go for another Elixir Golem and say we run it back? You already know, this is exactly how you play the game. Arrows cycle, we will command a pretty disgusting position. I don't know. I think he's dead. There's no way he's stopping those Elixir Golem blobs. You can't cycle back to multiple cannons anymore, sir. You might take a tower, but it doesn't even matter because we can take your other one. So, does he take the tower? That's the question here. I guess so. Wow, well played, bro. Didn't anticipate that you would do that either. Ooh, okay. Well, the Queen is moving directly into Royal Recruits. So that is a depressing position for you, if I do say so myself. It's also nice to play around with one of the most defensive decks in the game and not even be intimidated by it. If he goes Archer Queen, obviously that's a little bit more scary. But everything else in the game, we can just go like Elixir Golem and be like, hey, herp to derp, we kill everything. Oh my gosh, that's a crazy cannon. That is one of the most wild cannons I've ever seen in the wilderness. Let's go in for a Night Witch here, and then I think we can cycle back to another Elixir Golem. Let's see if we can mess this man up with multiple Elixir Golem cycles like he's cycling cannons. Let him know the pain and suffering that we underwent in this experience. That's the other thing about the deck. Since you have skeletons, you are able to massively outproduce most opponents. But if they're running a Royal Hogs deck like this, sometimes they're going to be able to catch you and cycle multiple cannons a bit quicker than you. Beating Archer Queen Piggies is a testament to the strength of the deck, since that deck has been at the top of the game for as long as I can count. Seriously, it's been in the World Finals, 20-win challenges, you name it, it's been beating it. And our meme monstrosity deck dominated it. Let's see if we can build up a streak like this guy is stacking up the pancakes. So we're going to be cycling Skellies in the back, and unfortunately against the Pancake Tower, we have no time to waste. If we let him get multiple pancakes to level up a card like an Electro Dragon Evolution, or maybe something toxic like the Evolved Pekka in this case, it could be a problem. So I'm going to try to go other side with the Night Witch, and I want to pair that with recruits on defense against the first Pekka, because the first Pekka isn't that scary. The second one, when it can heal, that is where the fear factor really comes into play. All right, wait. Actually, this might be better for us to just go for a fly machine and then go for recruits right after, because, oh wait, he's giving me so much arrow value. We have to take this. If we hit a ton of cards with arrows, always snag it. We can also go skeletons to pull him a little bit, and then we can go for our recruits afterward and still have enough elixir just in the nick of time to hopefully dine on his Pekka tonight. So beautiful. I hate how the fisherman is catching damage though. What the heck? Yo, that 1 HP monster. What the heck, dude? How did that... I don't even understand. I don't know how it did 2,500 health on my tower. Someone has to explain that to me. Wait, was it just the pancake leveling it up and then it did it to me? That makes sense. I think that was the case. Anyway, screw it. We're up Elixir. We're running Elixir Golem. He doesn't have a card combination that can probably counter this very effectively. I don't think it's possible. We're going to range up the second form of the Elixir Golem because it will deal a lot more damage to the tower. Meanwhile, he has to deal with the bats because it is mauling the Pekka. So even though the Pekka is defending, he drops 10 elixir there. He doesn't really get counterpunched with the Pekka because it should just die. So I am going to go in for an evolved skeletons on top of the Pekka, but I need to go Skeleton King first so we can pull it a little bit, make him pop an ability, and then evolve skeletons immediately after, so then the ability doesn't kill the skeletons and we can start to multiply, or we're going to die. We need to multiply or we're going to die. There was only one skeleton there for a second. I was like, I'm screwed. Mom, pick me up. I'm scared. Because if I didn't get that multiplication, I was dead, guys. We know our multiplication tables. We turn the tables with our multiplication. That's what I learned in 3rd grade, guys. Anyway, I wonder if this is going to do well. Wait, the Elixir Golem popped as it was near the fisherman, so we didn't get the King activation, apparently. What is happening? Fly Machine putting in a wild amount of work. Let's go. Let's go, bro. That's what we like to see. All right. We're gonna do this. This sucks. This stinks. I think I'm dead. I think I'm actually unironically dead. There's no way I defend this. I have to go arrows, but then I gotta kill like a Ram Rider and then go in for elixir. How am I alive? No! How am I alive? I don't understand. No! There's no way. This is not real life. The flying machine's on the tower. What is happening in this game? How do I defend any of this though? He's just gonna Ram Rider me and I'm dead. My goose is cooked, guys. My goose is cooked. All right, to be totally transparent and honest with y'all, if you do match into someone with Goblinstein, and they are able to build up a big push with the Evolved Pekka and then protect it with the Goblinstein ability, and then drop a Ram Rider behind it, since you don't have a building, you're probably screwed. If I did a slightly better job there on offense and just raised up my fly machine so it got 2 extra hits, we would have won the game. Heck, actually, if it was just 1 extra hit, I could have spell cycled them at the end and won too. So it's a little bit better, and then we would have won against a matchup that's pretty difficult. Even though Elixir Golem is low skill, there are still decks that beat it like this Evolved Pekka deck. If you don't play perfectly on offense, they're going to kill you on the counter push because the counter pushing cards with their Elixir advantage is pretty much impossible to defend. Since the Evolved Pekka and Goblinstein are tanking for a Ram Rider that's charging and you have no way of stopping it with a reset. Also in this matchup, it's generally beneficial to go opposite lane, but since we had his tower so low, I was committed to left side. Let's live, learn, fly on to the next game, and hopefully get that 1 extra fly machine hit that we need to finish off towers. So slithering into the game against Kevin with our sinister strategy, we're hoping that he would go and spam into us, but he decides not to. Kind of reluctantly cycling a poison here after he waited for freaking forever. All right, I bet you he logs on the Skeleton King and the Night Witch, but if he does that, we'll still get a ton of bats to hopefully fuel the Skeleton King ability. Ooh, wait, this is awesome. Not only are bats surviving for a while, but our units are about to die, so then we can unleash the Skeleton King ability and tank for the bats to force out even more elixir. I do think that this will deal damage to the tower if he doesn't respond. Oh, really? I get nothing. Okay, I overestimated the power of the Skeleton King. I'm a little bit disappointed, not gonna lie. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, and in that moment, I done goofed. But it be what it be. We can still snipe his fly machine with our fly machine because there's no way that he predicts this. There's no shot that when you see this type of deck with the Skeleton King, you're expecting a fly machine to snipe your own fly machine. The tables have turned. How does it feel to get a taste of your own medicine, man? Also, I don't even think it's medicine. It's curing no ailment for him. It is actually destroyed him. We could go in for an Elixir Golem here with the Skeleton King as well, but I do think that he'll just go in for a poison and then recruits right after anyway. So it's better for us to get to the Evolved Skeletons and build up the push with the Elixir Golem when we have the Evolved Skeletons if we don't think we can break through. Also, I do want to pop ability, but again, it's just going to be 2 Elixir and we'll probably die to a spell, so I'd rather not. Yeah, I knew he was going to do that. I was like, we could, but should I? Probably not. He's going to go arrows anyway. All right, let's go for recruits. And we have evolved skeletons on deck. So this is where we strive for greatness. We can actually show you the push that we were meant to do all along. All right, we can Elixir Golem here. We can Night Witch. Skeleton King other side. Evolve Skeleton Split. And this should be it. This should be the parade push that we were looking forward to the entire time. The one skeleton hero on the right side is going to be obnoxious for our guy. If it could just reach the tower or the cannon. No, it died! We forced the arrows anyway, so I guess we wouldn't have gotten any damage there. So it is what it is. I feel a little bit better about that, knowing that he was going to arrow anyway. Now we can go for recruits on our side of the map to conquer his recruits. And then I should be able to defend this pretty casually with just skeletons if we want. Ooh, wow, all right. Well, I guess we're not going to try to defend it. We can just let the fly machine lock tower. He's going to deal damage on the other side anyway. We're going to go Skeleton King. We're going to let the fly machine lock. We want to preserve our elixir so then we can maybe go in for an elixir golem in front of the Night Witch because it still has some health. And then I think we can go for a fly machine afterward to snipe the cannon. Usually, buildings are best dealt with the fly machine from a range. And I think if we can get a rage here and then maybe just go in for more stuff on the other side while we ponder our ability. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, I was thinking about the ability and I did it. And then before I had time to think or even blink, we sacked the left side. Yeah, the Elixir Golem Blobs at second form is where your opponent has to worry. Because if they lock onto the tower, they can snag towers in seconds. They're masterful munchers that devour towers before anyone has a clue what happened. I feel a bit bad beating my recruits, brothers, but what can they do? They're playing against a deck doubly toxic with Elixir Golem 2. Check out the pinned comment if you want to see more content on my main channel with either of the decks that I played today. Poke the like button with a recruit if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.